Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Autoscope. Today I am back at Volvo Cars in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They have been gracious enough to allow me to come back yet again because now they have a Volvo EX90 in stock. So very grateful that they have allowed me to swing by again and check this out. You can see their EX90 twin motor. So I'll throw out some quick stats to you guys here, and then we'll do a quick walk around and then hop on the inside and show the interior. This is a 2025 Volvo EX90 twin motor plus 7-seater all-wheel drive. This color is crystal white on the exterior, and the interior is dawn. It's a really nice kind of two-tone color with some wood accents. Very nice. This particular model gets a 111 kilowatt hour battery. That's good for an EPA estimated 310 mile range. That gives you an equivalent of 84 miles per gallon equivalent. This model does have 402 horsepower as well, along with 568 pound-feet of torque. On the inside it has a 9-inch digital instrument cluster kind of attached to the steering wheel, so that's kind of nice. Makes for really good visibility at all times, and then you do have a 14.5-inch center display that will show you as well. So we will do a quick walk around here, let you see the exterior. You can see the door handles here are popped out right now since it's unlocked. When it's locked, those do fold in flush, makes for better aerodynamics. These particular rims are also very nice. Give you a good quick close-up look here. These are 21-inch rims. This is a, let's see, 295/40 R21 tire from Michelin Primacy Tour All Seasons. So really nice tire and wheel setup here on the EX90. You get really nice side mirrors as well, along with a camera kind of mounted on the bottomless. Those are like frameless side mirrors. Really nice. Look really nice when you're driving, gives you good visibility. And then you do also get the blind spot monitoring with that triangle there in the top right corner that illuminates. So as we walk around here to the front, you can see it has the classic Volvo styling with the Thor's hammer headlights here. The sun's a little bit harsh, so sorry about that, but you can see there the Thor's hammer. And then the really nice feature about the EX90 is this actually opens up to reveal the headlights beneath, or behind rather, those daytime running lights. So really nice feature there. I'll try to show you some snapshots and pictures of the front area as soon as I get that open here in a few minutes, and then I'll throw those images up on the screen for you to see the front space. Not huge, but it is a good, decent size for a little bit of storage. Again, you have that classic Volvo styling, and then the charge port here is on the driver's side rear. Of course, you have your J1772 charging outlet, or port rather, and then you remove that for your CCS DC fast charging port. I'll also throw up some stats here on the screen that shows you the charging speeds and capabilities of this particular model of the Volvo EX90. And then we'll go ahead and hop on the inside here and show you the interior of this really nice luxury 3-row electric SUV. All right, so now we are in the interior of the Volvo EX90. So this interior, like I said, is called Dawn. Hopefully the video does it justice. It's a really nice kind of gray and white interior with the seats there. Got the contrast stitching. These are heated and ventilated with thigh support. So I will extend that out for you there so that you can see. Really good and comfortable seats for road trips for sure. And there's a little handle there that you press, push that in and out on the front there. Really nice 14.5-inch display here. Pretty sunny today, so I apologize the glare off of that screen. Really nice screen, really nice infotainment. Of course, it has Google built in, and you can press home here. You've got some standard controls there at the bottom that are always there, along with Google Assistant button. You can have your camera view, open your glove box actually from the touch screen. And while that's open, you see that it's a pretty decent size. Not huge, but decent size nonetheless, glove box. Get your audio controls here. And then when you have your phone connected, you'll see some controls for your phone there. Radio controls. You do have a range, kind of just trip information and things like that. So your dynamic range is 260 miles that you can see right now, based on our current 86% state of charge. Minimum is 160, maximum is 300, just based on how you choose to drive. I just now went on a quick little test drive here, and it definitely drives very nice. We have really good acceleration, obviously, with the horsepower this thing provides and the torque, being an electric vehicle. And definitely got some get up and go, very responsive steering, and a really nice one pedal drive feel as well. Here is that 9-inch, if I remember correctly, display here, kind of attached to the steering wheel. So no matter how you move it, it's always going to kind of stay perfectly right there in your line of sight. I thought that was nice. Of course, you get your range and your percentage estimate there as well, with the number of miles down below. And you can see this particular vehicle has 36 miles on the odometer. And when you just kind of step in with the key present, it'll say hello. Gotta say you need to do brake and then shift to drive or reverse to start. When you do that, kind of this wakes up a little bit. You'll have a map here in the center, and then you can shift through some screens. So I might shift it into drive here in a moment to show you that. But here is the steering wheel. Again, nice two-tone steering wheel with that dawn color with the gray outer. And the dash is really nice. Hopefully you can see in the video, maybe over here if I get some shade. You got a nice wood finish here. Air vents are tucked nicely away in the background with your gray soft touch dash and some contrast stitching as well. This one does have the nice Bose premium audio system with the heads-up display there, though it's turned off right now, but it's a nice heads-up display. You get Bose over here, and then it says Bose down below as well. Nice door here. You got your window controls here, your lock and unlock, and then you pull this up here. If you can see, you pull that upwards to open the door. You've got some cup holders hidden away here in the center. This is your play, pause, and volume knob here for your radio. And then this is your wireless charging phone pad. And then this here is your Volvo kind of key card, sort of like Tesla has for their electric vehicles. If you can see down below, you get really good storage below that kind of floating center armrest. So nice storage down below, along with 2 USB-C charging ports that you can see up above there. And then storage-wise on the inside, not massive by any means, but a decent little size there. And then you can lift these up, and it does get deeper there, if you can see. So it is good and nice and deep, pretty much. Close that up. You do get thigh support here in the front as well, so nice on long road trips. It really does make a difference. That comes all the way out almost to the back of my knee. So if I'm kind of driving on a road trip with cruise control on, that would feel really nice for sure. And I can push it all the way in if I don't really need it, and you can kind of see the difference there. So again, super nice. You do also get panoramic Vista sunroof here in the Volvo EX90. You see the back seat there from the driver point of view. Pretty nice and spacious. It does have the built-in booster seat there in the middle seat, which is a really nice Volvo specific feature. Of course, not specific to the EX90. It's available on the XC90 as well. And then an armrest there in the center with your third row. So we'll hop in the second row next, show you that, and then we'll hop in the third row as well to kind of see our space there. All right, so we are hopping in the second row here of the Volvo EX90. Again, to note, we have air vents on the B-pillar, just like we did in some other Volvo products. Really nice to see that. It allows for a lot nicer air circulation for the second row occupants, especially if you have car seats. Kind of angle that air right around the side there, and it does a much better job of cooling the second row versus having them only down here, though you do also have them down here in the second row with a little screen here to control your climate controls. You also get heated seat on the left and on the right. You can see those controls there, and then you can adjust volume both for the left and the right, and adjust your fan speed back here as well, and then you can manually adjust those vents. You do get 2 USB-C ports there as well for charging devices in the third row, and you get little nets here for storage. So not huge storage, but still fairly good. The front seat is adjusted for my driving position. I'm 5'9", pretty average guy, so I am very comfortable with plenty of space. It could be better. It's not class leading by any means, but I do have this seat pushed forward just a little bit, so it's not all the way back. I've got it pushed forward just a little bit for how I would be mostly comfortable, while keeping mindful if someone was in the third row behind me. So I'm also going to see if I can sit behind myself in the third row as well here in just a moment. I'll show you how this works here. There's a handle here that you just kind of press up, and then you can kind of pop this back into place. If I can do it with one hand. There we go. And then there's your built-in booster seat. So that's a really nice feature. No other car company offers that. I'm pretty sure Volvo might have a patent on that. I will look into that actually. Here you get cup holders and a good little armrest. And I will say, when the cup holders are in use, not much of an armrest, but your elbow can kind of fit there pretty nicely. Otherwise, it's a decent little pull down spot. So the second row is very nice. This panoramic sunroof is also really nice and makes it feel a lot more spacious. Again, you have light control here, and then a hanger hook up top. So now we'll hop into the third row and kind of see how that looks. Then we'll take a look at the cargo storage and wrap it up. All right, guys, so we're fixing to get in the third row. You can kind of see if you pull this lever here, it kind of raises the seat forward. I will say I did have to slide the seat forward just a little bit in order to get even this much room available here for me to get in. So yeah, that's a little bit not ideal for an adult, at least, getting into the third row. But we're gonna see what I can do here. All right, so it is a 2-person third row. And you can see here, you've got a cup holder in the back here, a little bit of storage. And then you do have another air vent in the third row as well, though, on the seat pillar. So that is still really nice to see that Volvo didn't forget about the third row occupants and gave you the air vent there on the seat pillar. Still get your lights and things like that up top. I will say, still nice experience in terms of having the panoramic sunroof up top. So let's see if we pull this back. Now that's pulled forward just even more than what I was. You can see it's forward a little bit, and my knees are touching. So I definitely would not be comfortable back here as an adult for very long. Definitely couldn't fit there without those being slid forward some. So space in the third row is not ideal for adults, definitely. I am glad that they kept it a 2-seater back here instead of 3, because 3 definitely would not fit very well. You can see a notch there on the side for the seat belts to go. That way it kind of keeps them tucked up nice out of the way for when the third row is down and you're just using it for cargo storage. But kids would definitely fit back here perfectly fine, which I feel like is most of the reason why you would use the third row in the first place, is for kids. So very nice. I will say, not class leading by any means in terms of third row space, but it gets the job done. And then if you're in the third row, you can just pop this handle up here and kind of slide that all the way forward to let yourself out. All right, so I'm gonna hop out and then we'll take a look at the cargo storage. All right. Hey. All right, so looking here in the back, you can see there's a decent amount of storage. Kind of hard to see exactly because they've got all the formats and stuff here for the buyer when they do buy it, but it's a decent size cargo area for the third row. Let's see if we get anything meaningful under the floor. You got some nice little deep pockets there for charging cables and other things that you might need under the floor. And then the third row is automatic. You got buttons here that you can press, along with, you'll notice, a 12-volt outlet here, car outlet in the back row. So kind of nice. And then we'll press this. They're kind of touch screen, and they fold down automatically to the left side as well there. And that gives you a better idea of how much cargo space you'd have probably most of the time if you didn't need to use the third row on a daily basis. So yeah, good storage in the EX90 here with Volvo, with the third row folded down. And then I will lay down the second row real quick. That way you can see this lever here on the bottom puts that down. And I think the third row, or the middle seat rather, let me put this down a second. Yep, so that cord there in the middle puts down the middle seat. So they are even there. And then we'll put down this side as well. That way you can see how much space you have with the second and third row stored. Mostly flat there. You do have a little bit of a gap here, but not very bad by any means. So good storage space in EX90 for sure. All right, guys, so that wraps up the review. Kind of first look and initial impressions here of the 2025 Volvo EX90. As always, a huge thank you to Volvo Cars in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, for allowing me to take it on a quick test drive and film this review for you guys to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you'll see when I have new videos posted. Most likely we'll do another Volvo, something here that they have on the lot in the near future. They've been really good at supporting the channel, allowing me to come pretty much whenever I'm available and asked to, so I'm very appreciative of that. Of course, we'll link their website in the description below. That way you guys can check out their inventory if you're in the market for a new or used Volvo. All right, thanks guys, catch you on the next one.